at such a beautiful, high elevated frequencies in our space that I can't contain my excitement and enthusiasm. And I'm very, very happy to be here again for our second session and one more to come with Mike Wood, the Astral Traveler. And that's my excitement about this topic, to hear more, understand more, comprehend it more, and look into all the potentiality that the astral traveling can give us and the answers that it can give us. Welcome, Mike, to our sacred space. Welcome, brother.
Hello.
And very, very, very blessed with your light, with your presence, and the beautiful accelerated journey you've had since our last retreat till today.
True.
You were just telling me how you're feeling since till now. Just share it more with us.
Yes. So we had a short intro before we went live, and I was just reflecting how amazing the journey was. It has been now 226 days of astral traveling, because since the pandemic started, I took up the challenge. I got this download through my daily meditations with our beloved sister of light, Bridget Violet Flame. You also know her. And it has really accelerated my growth. And if I look back since the last online retreat, the era you organized, yeah, the insights and the growth has been exponential, because on personal level, things have changed, but also on professional and on the spiritual level. And especially the last 3 weeks has been really, really magical.
The last 3 weeks had been magical. Could you just give us more of that magic?
We were going towards the great conjunction of tomorrow, the 21st of December. There were some, on personal side, some major shifts and insights that happened, but also the connection, because in this period of months, the encounters, the people come on your path, all the synchronicities, like a puzzle, are all coming together. And yeah, I believe that if you surrender to the greatness and the oneness of the gift and the talents that the universe is giving us and the signals that it's sending out, amazing things are happening. And this is exactly what we have been discovering, because since 3 weeks I accelerated my idea of creating a course, a training course on astral traveling, because I received more and more questions, feedback also via social media, my closed environment, and reflecting with other light workers. Many positive, but also people who are a little bit, afraid, skeptical, or pushback. And that's really helpful, because it allows you to reflect your own journey, where you are and where you are going to be, and to be even more receptive to the signals that the universe is sending you. So in 3-4 days, I just downloaded everything, and I didn't sleep anyhow, and just wrote everything down. So I have a manuscript of, it's version 7.0 now, with I think 88 pages. So everything that I know, that I experienced, but also what I have come across with other people who have been practicing astral traveling, and of course combination with meditation and breath work. And once I have drafted,
do you come across them here on the 3D plane, or do you meet them in the astral?
Yeah, both. So that's the cool part. So you have the 3D world, that you come across people who have not spoken to you recently, send out via Messenger, IG, or WhatsApp, like, hey, how are you doing? They're seeing some posts, they're seeing some, they also feel it. They don't only see it, they feel it. And the fun part is that those people also encounter a major shift in their life. And then the second part, you meet a lot of people. People is not the right word. You meet a lot of energies in the astral realms. And one of them is, for instance, Arjan. That's a Dutch guy. He will coming tomorrow to Brussels on the 21st. We will do some energy work. He's creating a crystal grid. His mission and his purpose is creating crystal grids all around the globe. He has been doing some hundreds of them. But he received this message that a lot of energy streams around the world on different places needs to be reordered or reshaped. So that's an example, because I haven't met him live anyhow. I met him via Bridget some months ago when she was visiting the Bosnian pyramids, and then we connected. And I went there in the Bosnian pyramids in Hall 5 via the astral body, and they were there in a 3D body, and we did some meditations together. He had some crystals with him, so he actually did some work on the crystals, handed me, and we really connected. So I was in the astral realm and he was in a 3D, but he also has the capability to connect on that level. So that was really special. And some other people around the globe, like a lady in Hong Kong, some other one in Paris. And in the meanwhile, since our last retreat, because I also feel more confident to share my experiences, there was also the interview with Todd Medina. But even later, people, come across via and ask me how I could support or how I could collaborate with them. I did some astral readings for people who passed on. That was really beautifully, because you don't know these people. Like there's a lady, her son passed away, and she shared with me her information because she came across my coordinates via an acquaintance. And how coincidence could it be that her 19-year-old son had the same birthday as me, the 21st of August? So I didn't know about her, didn't know about her son. She just shared a little bit detail, shared me some pictures, and he passed away during a general, how do you call that, a dentist visit. And I was so sad. He was only 19 years old, the youngest of 3 children. And she asked me, because he passed away so suddenly, and it was only in the summer, it was some weeks ago. And she said, I feel he's still there in my meditation, his energy, he's all around, and he's trying to tell me something. And can you pass on a message from our side, from my family, for me personally, but can you also connect with him and try if you can get a message back, right? And when I'm saying this is also, I don't know if you see it, my little hairs, goosebumps.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
So it's reacting. And the message that I received back, and the wording, the emotions, and the tonality, yeah, it was so spot on and so correct. And yeah, I have done several since then. The last one was 2 weeks ago. A good friend of ours, she passed away some weeks ago due to cancer, really suddenly in 3 months' time. And I haven't spoken to her for some years. The last time we met was in Ibiza when we were partying, and she was there coincidentally. And her sister and her mom, because it was so suddenly and still happened, they also asked me to do this astral reading and connect it. And yeah, that's why I do it, because it's nice to, to travel, to visit sacred places and everything that I have discovered and find answers for myself. But I found it more and more, Era, that the purpose that this gift is to be shown to other people, because we all can do it. But even more important is how can we utilize this and push this to serve others.
Yes, you said 2 things, 2 important things, like everyone can do it. It's a matter of discipline with the practice, consistency with the practice, especially the breathing. I know that there's some breathing exercises along with the heart opening practices that Bridget shares every day. And how does it go from there? It is like a state of meditation, and you're conscious that your body is in the astral. Do you set intention prior? Do you go on with a question in your head? How do you get from the physical body into your meditative states into the astral plane? How does it function? Like, we need just a little bit. I'm very curious, because something that's so intriguing.
So first of all, everybody can do it. If you look up all the ancient readings and history, our ancestors, they were fully conscious about that. Also in Asian religion, in Asian and China, etc., and in Buddhism, it's a common practice. So you have 2 different separations for people who are totally newbie and people who have already been practicing, like meditation, yoga, or doing some other light work and channeling and stuff. So you can go faster between brackets because you're already used to aligning yourself, your heart, your mind, your body, and all your chakras, etc. So the first thing is cutting out your limiting beliefs that we all can do it. It's just a matter of time, like you say, consistency and discipline and perseverance. But some people take 3 months, 6 months, a year. Some other people maybe 3, 5, or 10 years. Okay, but you have to keep in mind it's like a marathon, so you train for a marathon. Breath work is an important part of that, but even more is break through your mindset, because some people have like unconsciously fears. This is something that I also encountered. That's why I've created this 11 steps towards astral traveling, because that's the first thing when you start practicing and try to achieve this, is that you truly believe and feel, and that's a I am confirmation, I am capable of astral traveling, I am my etherical or my energy body, and I'm able to get out of my physical body, so out of body experience, because there's a nuance between lucid dreaming and astral traveling. And you can get to all this information and different levels, etc. But if you manage to get out of your body, and how do you do that? Is first of all, truly control every emotion that you have, the positive as a negative, and then allow to know your body inside out. So it means that you know how amount of sleep you need, when is
But
the
the
best
body
time.
is waiting for you. The
Sorry?
body is still waiting. A physical body that's lying down or sitting in, it's
Yes.
waiting for you. It's just
Yes.
a matter of trusting that you're there in
Exactly.
a realm where you are accessing knowledge, wisdom, information that are to the highest good. You know,
Absolutely.
we have to break the limitation. We have to have the intention.
Yeah. That's the first thing.
We have to have the purest of intention. So yes, it is. It's very, very interesting actually. What you, I resonate so much with that.
For instance, now is a lady, yeah, she's actually also following the meditations in the morning and so, and she discovered, and we had a call just last Wednesday, and she shared with me, she's already like in 30 years, her first experience was 30 years ago. So usually people experience an out of body experience due to a life-changing event, between brackets, pain, trauma, could be a disease, could be
An
something
accident
happening in your
also.
personal life, a divorce, get laid off, yeah, someone who passed away in your family, closed everything, or even, you know, a car accident, something like that. And you have the different realms. So the first level is that people experience that, but because they are not trained and they're not used, we're not taught this at school, they just experience like out of the body. They see themselves lying, sitting, or walking around, and they experience like the 3D world as we know it. That's the basic thing that we all can experience, and what you read many books and people doing it. But the good part is, like I told this lady, because now she's more consciousness and we have worked a little bit together, and she's now managing to make this next step, and she's seeing the astral. And as in my podcast I also describe it, and she described it like the matrix and the barcodes. So you have infinite levels, like all the frequencies that we have. I compare it with the rainbow colors. We see the basic colors, you know, red, green, yellow, blue, purple, pink, etc. But there are millions and millions, even trillions of little nuances that are separating them. And this is exactly what the astral realms are. Every plane you can go through with the speed of light, because we are all in a frequency. In that place, you don't have time and space. So first of all, you need to set this intention and the belief that it is there, that everything is frequency. And this is exactly what I experienced the last couple of weeks, even in a faster way. Like the 3D, 45D reality is like all mingling together. And if I look back in my personal life, what happened when I had my first astral experience, out of body experience, it all came together yesterday, because yesterday I did the astral traveling specifically around Christ consciousness on the request of Bridget, because she's writing a training course about that. And all the elements, all the little blocks came together, how we met, how I and she met, the little things in my personal life, but also on a bigger scale, how I experienced the 3D world at that time when I was first astral traveling without noticing what I was doing. It only developed more the last couple of years by talking to people, by reading stuff, and by being fully conscious and fully confident that this is real and this is happening. That's the first step. That's the first barrier. If you
Exactly.
manage to break through that, then
Yeah.
everything is possible.
Exactly. The I am an astral traveler. And actually, it is our innate nature. When we go to sleep, we go into the astral, but we are not aware that of the astral realm because we think we're in a dream. And sometimes we do receive messages, we do see people, we do see deceased ones, we see different places, we see the rainbows, we see the unicorns. But when we wake up, we go back to the veil on the heart, the veil on the eyes, and we don't want to just, it's a dream. And it's
Yes.
interpreted as a dream, but it is a realm that exists beyond our 3D mind, and it does exist, and we visit it. But when we visit it with intention, and we visit it through the practice of astral traveling with the intention to service, to divine service, to ourselves, to our growth, to our spiritual journey, to others around us, the intensity of it is different. It's so different. Yeah. This morning I was on the live with you when you were with
Oh,
Bridget on the interview, and you brought Aryan into the picture, and how he was guided to Brussels for the grid, and how you figured it out why. But while you were talking, I was having that same the answers came, that the 100 places that he had in mind to go around the world and create those crystal grids, it's to neutralize the energy on those grounds. They
mm,
either were battlefields, or they were so much poverty that was kind of wiped out. There
yeah,
was something that happened on that particular geographical location,
yeah.
where he is led to go and create the crystal grid to neutralize that energy. So I think, everybody's receiving the hints on the path, on the mission that they are supposed to lead, and which is very beautiful.
Yes, that's really amazing because I didn't know about this story. And once again, there was also a personal connection to that. In that space in Brussels, it's close to the Brussels North station. And if you look just before we had our call, it was all over the news. I don't know if it has reached you, but apparently there's a new duplicate or a new side effect of the corona pandemic, so the 2.0 as I call them, and it's been spotted in UK and it's accelerated in London and some places. So the Netherlands and Belgium now, and even France and Germany, are like deciding to close their borders and do not accept people coming from the UK from midnight onwards. So the whole of stuff is going on, and it's all happening around the 21st of December. So it's really amazing. And what I just saw in this European environment, when you only see from the outside in the 3D world, I just posted also the new building that was, yeah, just built up since last year. It costed like 300, and it's also the number, 333 million euros. So it's really amazing. And it's constructed like an egg, it's constructed like an embryo. It's like giving birth to the European continent and stuff. And it's in the heart of the European center in Brussels. But what people don't know is the energy field lies all below that, the runes. And sometimes we are guided to do things. And that's how I see our role. Is like what you're doing, you're bringing light workers together. We're having this retreat with all the different gifts and talent that we have, like yourself, like Ram, like Bridget, like Devlin, and so many others. Is our purpose is just like I just called it today, like the Avengers. If you like the superhero movie, we all have our own superpowers and gifts. Is how can we support each other to take it to the next level and serve humanity? And one of mine is just becoming clearer and clearer, is that people can tap in and connect with me. One hand on the personal side is benefiting from all the good stuff that we receive from the astral, but also the information to help them to do their work on the next level and help them further. So that's the win-win and connecting the dots stuff. And I'm convinced that the fact that we're not talking, well, you're like far away in the mountains and kilometers, that there are no boundaries. Oh, so, and when I'm saying this, energy happens because Era just got offline, and that's not the first time. So when I share this high frequency download and insights with many other light workers in a session, in a meditation, in a one-on-one, that happens, that really connects, and the energy is then too strong to hold that space. So that's amazing. So I guess that's the signal of the universe that tells us something, that wants to share with us. So let me check if Hera can go back online. All right, she's connecting. Super. Just send a message to her. Yeah. So really blessed and grateful. And that's also the kind of invitation to all of you who are curious, who are open-minded and connected with body, mind, and spirit to explore the amazing possibilities and potential through astral traveling. And this is why we have created a course to share, to connect, and to really touch people's lives, but inspire them to unlock their full purpose and why they are here. If you connect the dots in your personal life, you will find elements that will make clearer and clearer to us what gifts we have, but also what we can share with a larger audience for the greater good. So Era is typing something. I'm wondering if I need to look out. Okay, everything flows, she says. So that's not the first time when we do some energy work, high frequency work. If you look at some recordings, some meditations, usually that happens. So that's truly amazing, because science and technology can explain a lot of things, but not all. And that's the beauty of the most advanced technology that we have is our own body, is our own energy field, our aura, if you want to speak about that. So the journey of astral traveling is an infinite journey. And the invitation for all of us to discover this, because the beauty and the potential that lies inside needs to be discovered. And we often forget, or have forgotten, due to the limitations that we receive on educational level, society level, work, relationships. But once you break out that grid of holding you back in believing what's possible, the magic happens all around. And you will discover that more people around us have similar experiences. And that's why I have this vision to create this mighty network of all people who are open, who have experiences with astral traveling, out of body experiences, to capture all those ideas and connect. Hey, you're back. I was just sharing even more, Era, that the moment I spoke
I
it
was
out.
following on the Facebook.
Oh yeah, you could still follow me.
I was on the Facebook.
Fantastic.
I was following.
Okay, so you
I
heard
was
my
following on
message. You heard
Facebook.
my
We are back,
message.
guys.
Yeah. So the glimpse, it's not
I
the
was
first sight.
thinking the glitches are not random or not coincidence. They are the universe signs. And I'll tell you one thing: when we're vibrating so high, there's still low frequency energy attacks that happen because we are breaking through the systems. We are breaking through the 3D matrix. And there is always one thing or the other that might come in the way if our space is not protected. So I was doing that, and I was putting the shield around our space. I was calling upon Archangel Michael, protecting and shielding our space, putting ourselves into the bubble of light again. And we are back, and we are here, and we are vibrating the highest the frequency cells now. And as we are coming together stronger than ever in oneness, in alignment with our divine self, nothing can come in the way. My old self would have been so frustrated, would have been so upset, would have been like so judgmental. But this me, she's so cool, and I'm loving her more. The more we expand in light, the more we expand in love, the more cool we become.
I fully recognize that because I was so cool and so zen because it happened before, and I knew that everything would just fall in place, and it has a meaning. So it's synchronicity that it's happened, and for the people who watch the recording, they will understand and they will feel it too. So yeah, the energy is truly high, even though we're like millions of, not millions, thousands of kilometers away from each other. The energy is coming from the millions of miles from everywhere.
And we're receiving high photonic energy in our fields and our consciousness. So these glitches could happen to us on the physical plane, could happen to us in the mental or emotional, as it is happening so fast, accelerated. All we need to do is to stay in this body, anchor in it more and more, and root more and more, and be here, be in the here and now more, so we can receive more of the light.
Absolutely.
So let's catch up. Where were we? I was asking you about the astral, when we go throughout during our sleep time into the astral plane, and then it is actually all forgotten by the time we wake up. How can we really benefit from this astral traveling in our sleep?
So first of all, if you want to benefit from them, is making conscious intention to live, relive, and experience them. And the magical trick, as I can call it, is that your mind, because when you do it in the sleep modus, it's unconsciously. So the thing is to do it consciously, and depending on your preference, you can do it by night, but you can also do it by day. In my case, I do it by day because I know I had a good night rest. So my body can rest, but my mind and my consciousness is fully awake. So there you can play with it. I tried it in the beginning at night, so going to sleep. But the disadvantage is when you are tired, when you had a long day, you just fall asleep and then you forget and you don't experience it. When you do it during the moment, when you feel fresh and when you feel in control of body, mind, and soul, you can play with it and you can consciously direct your energetic body to leave your 3D body. So you can benefit from the experiences that you do. And when you do it, the first steps is to, I call them baby steps, is explore the environment that you know. Because like everything, you need to build this up. Some people say, oh, maybe I'm not ready to have more information or to visit past lives or whatever. And that's perfectly okay. You can do so in your own room. If you're with a partner, just watch each other, you know, when you're out of your body. But you can also do it in your neighborhood, your environment, in a safe environment that you know. And then you build it up, so consciously. And it's really important to make notes, to make things down, or you share it with someone on a recording, on a message. So at least you have like a touch point. So you see the evolution of this growing. And that's something that helped me a lot to be where I am today. And I'm still evolving.
It's very important. At some period of time, I think like around 6 months back, I was experiencing now what I'm actually relating a little bit to out of body experience or astral traveling, and during my night sleep. It's can you hear me, Mike?
I can hear you.
Okay, you're here.
Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. So I would be in bed, I would be in sleep, I would be in that deep state, but I can see my room in detail. Like I can see the little things in place. I can see and I would be like wondering. And there is also this aspect of me that's been processing things at night, like so much processing that happens in sleep. So I would be like, when I wake up, I'd be like, did I sleep or was I awake? So I was trying to understand what is that phenomenon. And I came across it after a while in a book called Initiation by Elizabeth Heish, and she was talking about these abilities that we start developing as our consciousness become more and more expanded. It's very interesting actually, and also in that state you can see the unseen. That's when you don't see by the naked eye. It's like when you're in that space and you can see in your space, in your room or in your surrounding, other entities, other beings, even the energy of my dogs that looks so different. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's an explanation for it, because in our conscious mind, our 3D mind is protecting us. So first of all, we only use like tiny percentage of our brain power, only like 20%. And we only can process like 5 to 9 seconds, 5 to 9 impulses per second. Well, you know, there are more than 2,500 impulses per second. As we are talking, you hear a voice, you see the mimic, you can smell things, you can have surroundings that's happening, you have a touch. So we have all those impressions that our brain, our 3D brain, cannot process. But when you are in the meditative or in the unconscious state, you know, working towards astral traveling, you break down those limitations, your walls. And when you are practicing more and more, and like you described it very nicely, you start to seeing all those details that your rational 3D mind is blocking. And this is exactly what's so wonderful, because everything is frequency, everything is energy. You can literally feel, see, and experience the energy bodies of your dog, your plants, and everything all around. Because in the astral realm, you see you're like a drone and you see the energy bodies. And that's why you are connecting with those others. Because at the end, we're all like one energy flow on Earth, but all the star systems and solar systems, we all are made from the same energy. So we can tap into that frequency. And that's the beauty of it. That's why we don't have the space, time, and place concept in the astral realms. So what you have experienced is already a very good first step towards, like, you know, more what you have, what you want to experience.
I got another question now popping up. When you meet the energy, the frequency of other travelers in the astral realm, if there are people or beings that you know, how do you identify them? How can you tell, okay, oh, that was Era, we're in the astral, and I can, I don't know, how do you get to know who's who?
Yeah. So that's an excellent question, because I met archangels, I met ascended masters, etc., and also other light workers. And you think or believe that you're talking, but as I explained before, our energy body, our human body, is actually the most sophisticated piece of technology that we have. So in the astral, it's no coincidence that, when I visit certain places or connect with other light beings, etc., it's like this symbiosis of energy connecting. And because there are so many nuances and differences, and it's like telepathy, that you're talking, communicating with each other. Sometimes you see it in some movies that they show it, that they are like connecting with their brain waves or something like that. Is you can ask questions and you get answers to that, and you recognize all the details. The best example is if you put like 100 babies in a hospital room. I saw this somewhere on a YouTube movie. Instinctively, especially the mothers, when they gave birth, they will pick out their babies. The babies cannot talk, they cannot say their name, and babies sometimes look alike from a distance, but the mothers can instinctively notice and who they are. And this is the uniqueness of every soul print that we have. That's also one of the astral travelings that I had, this discovery how the soul enters the body and when it leaves the body from the source. It's this unique signature that we all have. So when we meet, when we encounter, and we also have that in the 3D world, we call it like intuition. Sometimes you meet someone, you connect someone, and you feel their aura, you feel their energy, the high or the low frequency, and something tells you like, this person or that is, oh, wow, And in the astral realms, it's time 10,000, it's time 1 million that you connect on that deep level, and directly you feel like, hey, this is Archangel Michael, this is Saint Germain, or Jeshua that I've met yesterday. And sometimes you don't know. For instance, I had an encounter with El Moria. I didn't know about him because I'm discovering a lot of stuff. Some people know enough. And then you connect and ask some questions, and you get these answers. And that's the magnificent part and the magical part of it, that you can continue, connecting, and you are peeling this onion. It's like an onion, you're peeling, and then you come to the essence, and then you will find all your answers that you need. And the fun part is, we already have all these answers within us. We just have forgotten them. So we tap into our frequencies and our deeper selves, and you will get them.
You can't imagine this whole process of astral traveling. It is so deeply related to the past life regression therapy that I provide and I do on myself, and it's been done on me many times. And past life regression is just taking you into that space, it seemed to be, because this is when I'm recalling from my own personal experience quite a few times during regression. I've been into that space where I've recognized people as souls through their juster frequencies, through connecting, getting messages, and getting messages for not only for me, for my client. And you're getting goosebumps. I'm just like, I've been there. And not only that, when you said the out of body experience, you're seeing that 3D body, you're in an accident, and that body is in the other realm, and it can look up and see. I've been through that. It's just an eye-opener experience. Imagine we've been experiences astral traveling. It's that we were not conscious and aware of the greatest benefit that it can bring to our spiritual journey and the growth that it brings to us.
Absolutely. And that's the mission that we're on, is to
I'm just like really having shivers right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we are brought together.
It's fascinating.
And we're sharing this for a broader awakening as a part of this amazing journey that we have, because tomorrow is a very special day, and from then on everything will, a lot of shifts will happening, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, it's very interesting. And actually this morning I was just sharing that with my mom, who's not kind of like, she's spiritual on her own terms, on her own life. But like she's not into meditation or what I do and all the whole like lifestyle that I lead. She's got her own life. And so I was, in a way, somehow I felt guided to explain to her how this whole thing happening. And it was so fluid. And for a person her age and who's not into the that community, she was receiving with an open heart and open mind. And that's actually when I noticed from your sharing on Instagram, come in with an open heart and open mind to see beyond. And I am noticing that more and more with a lot of souls awakening. True. They are really in that state of thirst to hear more, to feel more, to receive more. And so when we are coming together, this sacred space is not only mine or Mike's or Ram or Bridget. It is a big opening space for everybody to come through, whether in the now when we're in the lives or when they come later. The energy is well. Archangel Michael is doing a good job. I'm really grateful to that.
Absolutely. And the main message is that we are here to serve all, and you are not alone. I had this amazing call 2 weeks ago with a former colleague of mine. I've done a lot of work in corporate life. My prior life some years ago was totally different. And she saw some posts from my side, and we tried to connect it since years, and always like Happy New Year and Christmas and all short messages. And then suddenly 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, she called me on my WhatsApp, on my IG, and on Facebook. And then she called me on my, my number, my land phone, and she's from Paris. And she looked totally different. I would not recognize her. And she's now been a master jewelry, working with crystal and rare materials to create, conscious jewelry and other stuff. So she shifted her corporate life career totally in the last 5-6 years. And we were exchanging. And the moment I was exchanging my part about astral traveling and journey, and then she came along like, hey, my best friend, she has 2 best friends in Paris, in France, and one in the States. And exactly what you're saying, she says, I was one of the most skeptical, most rational person on earth, but I always had an open heart, curious and open mind. And when her best friends shared with her their astral journeys and what she then witnessed and experienced, she was like, wow, this stuff is real, and this is related to my own life and my own work. And then she says, how funny or how coincidence it is that now finally, after all these years, we are connected and you're sharing this story with me. So she's now also connecting me with that community. And that's the beauty and the magic of how the realms are opening up, not only in the 5D, but also in the 3D world. And it's all coming together as a union in oneness for us to create this powerful grid to align the circle of light of other people entering.
Exactly. As you brought in sacred jewelry, I've been working also on something new that had been downloaded with my crystals and a lot of copper. So the thing is, whatever I receive, I don't have any prior knowledge in jewelry making or the crystals or even paintings or receiving codes. But again, also I was telling my mom this morning, how when we open up this crown, everything that's out there that we thought it's out there, it starts blooming out, and we start really connecting more and more to who we are and our purpose and to other people who are of the same frequency. And not only that, it's a matter of raising ourselves to that vibrational frequency to meet.
Absolutely.
And every time new people, new souls, I keep with same people, but we are no more than in that limited human container or perspective. We're becoming broader than that, and it is bringing to our circles the right beings, the right energy to collaborate. And these are the times we're shifting from the I to the we, and we are growing into that.
Oh, So my invitation for the viewers, if you have any themes, things you want to discover or want to learn more about, astral traveling, I'm here to serve you, to support you, and you can reach me because I already made a checklist with some other people to explore and to discover more. But with more co-creation, we can achieve so much more. And that's why I'm so happy for your initiative, Era, to bring us together and co-create this sacred space and to serve even a higher purpose.
That's exactly the where the guidance is and where it's taking us for greater broader co-creations in the physical over Zoom, whatever is coming through for us may be in the highest good. And I have a request for you, since tomorrow you're joining in for the collective transmission.
Yes.
If you have the some message for us, especially tomorrow we are shifting into the Aquarian age.
Yes.
A little bit of the of maybe a guidelines for light workers.
Yeah.
And for the a guideline for light workers, especially that we are entering new frequencies and how to anchor those frequencies within ourselves and within our sacred spaces.
Yes. I write this question down. I will find some and I will get back to it in our closing ceremony tomorrow.
Yes, I want our
Excellent.
closing ceremony also to bring a closure to us and brings us more into depth of what we're doing. And and just ready for whenever the call comes for more co-creations. That's always my deepest fulfillment and joy, is just to hold a space, and it's happening at much ease and much comfort, at much joy and harmony and connectedness. It's so incredibly beautiful. And as for me personally, I will be looking forward for your course to get started so I can start up.
Super.
This is
we'll
one
keep
thing.
You posted.
Yeah, definitely. And now I'm just following your IG with the interviews with Bridget and the questions and like even today I noticed even when I just joined the live and I was just listening, I was also processing from my own side things that have come throughout the day that you brought up, or I was also getting ahead of the conversation, like with the downloads that were coming. I'm finding this so fascinating, how much we have become so connected in this quantum field.
Absolutely.
It's very interesting. And also you said that you received the whole blueprint of your new course and you've been writing down.
Yeah.
I just received mine yesterday as well.
And wow.
I still haven't written it down, but I've just got this whole first download as something that's needed to come to fruition. And I'm gonna sit more with it and ask for the guidance and maybe ask you for some astral traveling advice on that.
Yes, we can do that for sure. Highly appreciate you, and I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you too. And thank you so much for your presence, for all the great light you're sharing. And I'm very blessed, actually, and I'm very honored to walk this journey with you, brothers and sisters, and this journey that's so beautiful and so magnificent. And I'm so looking forward to tomorrow's closing ceremony. The collective transmission is giving me goosebumps even before it is coming.
Yes.
I just really feel it in, and I know we're gonna come together as one family, sharing. I want you to share with us one more thing, actually. On the personal level, how does this answers you get from the astral travel help you to live in harmony? within an alignment? Yeah.
Excellent question. Yeah, there has been some shifts in my personal life, and it's not always easy because you're still a 3D person and you have emotions, you have feelings. But how it helped me is to find answers. And one of them is looking up in the parallel lives, because sometimes the timeline is broken, but it gives a lot of insights and comfort and hope, because the timelines that, we have a million parallel lives going on. We are talking in this timeline, but there's another one that, I was still in corporate life, for instance, going in that track. Or once I was married and I got divorced with the mom of the children, that timeline is still going on. So all these little elements, when you revisit that, you can learn from that, because every setback is a setup for success, and it can pull you down. You can go back to your comfort zone and blame others and be in this negative energy and low frequency and vibration, or you can step up. You can step up to be a better person, to be a better man or woman, and learn from it. And this is exactly what accelerated my personal growth, and it really ignited the spiritual growth, because it has unleashed this unlimited potential inside myself. But all of us have that. And the most important is let go of fear, let go of failure and all the little voices that we have in our minds by looking back. Because looking back is only useful when you learn from that and when you grow from that, because it makes you discover and create other parallel lives, but for the better, so that you can go forward and really serve. Because that's my biggest lesson. It's not about you and me, it's not about my relationship or whatever. We're just like a footnote in this whole amazing universe. And once you realize that, everything falls in place. The good relationships come on your path, the blessings, the wealth, the health, the connections. I must say, since August, when everything shifted also on a personal level, a lot of blessings has come my way. And this is also a way of surrendering and trusting that, eventually all good will happen to the people who are open and who are fully conscious and growing on that sense. So that's my
Ready to
personal
receive,
takeaway.
and they're ready to receive, and they're ready to receive. This is wonderful to see you see your light shining, brother, and to see you with us in our sacred space. We're gonna have more with Mike, and I would love also to invite you to my In Oneness talks sometime in January to discuss further and further the astral traveling and the courses that you will be holding on this topic. To follow Mike Wu on Instagram. He has incredible sharings every day, even his stories. In the story, there's an incredible line of heart opener, mind opener, consciousness expansion sharings. And it's so incredible to have you here. Thank you. And thank you again,
so
again from the bottom of my heart. And we will connect on the personal level for my own questions.
Absolutely. And we will see each other tomorrow.
Yes, definitely tomorrow at 8:08. Everybody, beloved family, it's a warm invitation, our biggest invitation to come together into the space December 21st, as we are leaping into the highest frequency Aquarian age with the beautiful shift that's gonna happen on the personal and the collective level. And as we come together and as one family, we rise together. So tomorrow, 8:08 p.m. India time, please find your time zone. It's taking me so long to create a list of different time zones. So just find your time zone and join us here in the Zoom. And or you can join us in the live at the Narika Healing by Airlight page or on the YouTube channel. So much love to all of you. One more session tonight with Daniel Bevington from Vancouver at 9:09 my time, India time. And I will see you soon, everyone. Thank you, Michael.
Bye-bye.
So much love. Bye.
So much love. Bye-bye.